Your Majesty, the East Empire Company seeks permission to officially operate within your hold.
Oh, really?
Yes, and I have to say, Your Majesty, this is an excellent opportunity. I believe now is the right moment for Skyrim to open up and welcome trade from the rest of Tamriel, and I think the East Empire can really help us turn this nation into an economic powerhouse.
Oh, all right. If it's so important to you.
It is, and important to Skyrim as well. So, I can tell them that they have permission. Yes, they can operate within Hafengar.
Very well.
You've made a wise decision, Your Majesty. I shall leave and tell them the good news immediately. Okay, that's 2 Jarls on board. I'm thinking Markarth next in the go. Silver mines. A source of wealth, but in a city that is surrounded by strife. So casual traders will probably avoid the place. That will make...
Wait, please hold a moment.
Okay.
Finally, I tracked you down. You sure travel a lot.
I'm very
I've come
busy.
from the Bards College. My name is Helvana, in case you were wondering.
I wasn't.
My master Sledrig has bade I bring you a message. He wishes a meeting. In fact, most of the returning professors at the college wish to meet you.
The college. Which college? Oh, the Bards College. You're a member of the Bards College. I don't remember meeting you.
Wow, good job. Did you reach that conclusion yourself? What was your first clue?
Okay.
Sorry. That sounded rude, didn't it?
Yes.
I didn't mean... I was just trying to make a joke.
You
But
failed.
Yes, your assumption was correct. I've studied at the college almost my whole life. Mostly under the tutelage of Master Sledrig or Professor Germain. Although, make no mistake, I'm able to handle more than just a lute or a quill.
Okay, I really
A good bard,
do not care.
and perhaps even more so a bad one, must always be prepared for the prospect of hostilities.
Which, incidentally, may be incoming if you don't... Returning professors. I didn't realize any were missing. Although I must admit, the place often seemed a little empty.
Not exactly missing, just returned from a tour in the Imperial City. I accompanied Master Sledrig, but there are others as well. Dean Paras, teacher of dance. Although what he considers to be dancing seems quite open to interpretation. Professor Teriana is our head scholar and record keeper. She's quite the fountain of knowledge, if you're able to decipher her meaning. Then we have Mistress Valorine, Dean of Storytelling. But really, she acts more like our diplomat, managing all of our contracts and business. And lastly, there's Ulvus. Not technically a teacher, but he does the work of one. He organizes most things related to music.
Okay... And your master, Sledrig?
Archbard of Songcraft of the college, Master Sledrig. When he learned of the task you undertook at Deadman's Respite, he became most insistent that he meet with you.
Deadman's Respite. Is that where I went to sort out the celebration? Why would the Songmaster want to Is he writing a song about me? I would love to speak to your Master Sledrig. Yes, I would indeed.
That would be a good idea. You can likely find him in his study in the college. These days, that is where he spends most of his time.
Okay, You know, Inigo, I'm reminded of something. Rich men tend to think that money makes the world go round. And to some degree it's true. It definitely greases the wheel. Perhaps adds a little momentum to the world. But you know who controls the direction in which the world turns? Those that control the narrative. Those that control what everybody else believes is true. You know what, Inigo? I think it's time we go give the world a bit of a spin.
Divine smile on you, friend.
Hello. Hi. Close your mouth, you'll catch flies. Okay, I'm looking for Master Sledrig. Is there a Master Sledrig around here? No, I remember you. And you know what? Clairvoyance. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to pull out the knife.
Lady says my voice is second only to hers, but she's selling me short.
Okay, that's nice to know. Master Sledrig. Where would I find Has this always been here? Have you had some work done? It has been a while since I was here. I could have sworn there was some sort of cabinet here. Maybe they blocked it off. Renovations? I'm pretty sure I've not been here. I mean, it is possible that I didn't... Oh, no, 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 no. This is definitely somewhere I've not been. And this may... Hello! Master Sledrig, I presume.
Ah, yes. Welcome, welcome. You are who I was waiting for, yes. The one who braved dead men's respite. Such places hold interest to me. I am Sledrig, Archbard of the college.
Archbard. I would have said Archbard, but Archbard. Archbard Sledrig. What exactly does that mean, actually? Archbard.
Archbard is a position honoring those who have devoted many years of their life in service to the arts. But mostly, I believe it's a position given so that I keep donating gold to the college coffers. I am, of course, joking. Mostly.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I know how that feels. I'm the Archmage of the College of Winterhold. I'm an accomplished sorcerer, actually, but I often feel I've got the position just because I can, well, A, keep them secure from the locals, and B, keep the coffers full. Okay, well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Master Sledrig.
Spare me your masters, professors, or any other such titles. I have no use for them.
Really?
I've already had enough empty platitudes from students and colleagues to last 3 lifetimes. The only people who call me master either want something or do so because they know it annoys me. Like Helvana. You need only call me Sledrig. Archbard Sledrig, if you're feeling courteous.
Well, I'm always courteous, but Archbard Sledrig is just... Yes, sir, Master Sledrig, sir. Now, I will keep that in mind.
See that you do, and I'm sure we'll get along famously. Now, perhaps you're wondering why I asked you here. It is quite simple. You are a student of the Bards College, and I am a teacher, and so I intend to teach you. Heed my instructions, and you have my assurance. You will become the most stalwart Bard to have ever stepped foot in Skyrim.
Oh, well, that sounds very nice, but I'd sort of assumed I was here to discuss my many exploits. For you to turn into great songs. And out of curiosity, why would you want to teach me to sing anyway? What? Oh, this is because I'm the Thane of Everywhere and Dragonborn, and if I was your student, that would bring prestige to you, yes?
Most would leap at the chance to receive personal tutelage from me, not question my motives. But
That's because
if you
most
must
are
have an
stupid.
answer. I haven't accepted a new apprentice in over a decade. Only those with the greatest promise are worth my time. I believe you to be such a student.
Right.
One worthy of apprenticeship, and more.
Prestige. Got it. Yeah. You mentioned Helvana before. She's a student of yours too. Not so much prestige from her then.
That she is. She is my apprentice. One of the few here able to fully appreciate what it is I can offer a receptive mind. But still, each student has their limits to what can be taught. And I fear she has reached hers.
Okay. Well, look, I appreciate the offer, and, you know, I guess learning to sing is... Would I get to write my own songs? What exactly are you teaching?
Yes. That is a fair question. There are many things you can learn about being a bard here at the college. Things like singing, the use of an instrument, the value of knowledge, the power of the spoken word.
Knowledge?
My official position here is Archbard of Songcraft, but that is just what I teach the other students. For you, I have something else in mind. What I offer to teach is mastery of your voice.
Okay, you said that with some drama. I already mastered that long ago. Can speak all the letters and everything. I mean, are you talking about the voice? As in, I mean, you don't look like a greybeard. This may surprise you, I'm already quite familiar with the matters of voice. I am actually quite familiar with the matters of the voice in both ways. I'm a master of Dragon Tongue, and I'm an excellent speaker.
I sense there is truth to your words, but still, such things can always be improved and refined. But enough talk. The best way to learn is by doing. There is a gathering of bards soon meeting at the Winking Skeever. Helvana was to go by herself, but I think you should accompany her. Go there, make your face known to your peers, and assist Helvana in her duties.
It's already known.
Yes. This will be a suitable first lesson.
Okay, wait. Yes, I don't understand. How is this a lesson?
Not all lessons are obvious. But have no worry. Simply do as I say, and you will understand once all is done.
You're being cryptic. I really can't stand cryptic. Fine, I will wander over there later on with Helvana and see what is going on, but I don't have high hopes for this.
Good. When you're ready, speak to Helvana. She'll make the arrangements for your invitation to the gathering. Also, you may wish to visit Radiant Raiment, the clothing store. They may have something better suited for a bard to wear. Report back to me once you have been to the gathering and Helvana has completed her task. And some parting advice. Bards must always look beneath the surface of things. Try to keep an open mind. That is all.
Okay, that is not terrible advice. What is wrong with this outfit? This is an exceptional outfit. And I don't know if you noticed the amulet. Nice place you've got here. Okay, well that was a little disappointing. I mean, he's going to teach me to be more persuasive? That could be useful, I suppose, but I was definitely more interested in crafting ballads, songs, stories of our exploits. Right. I don't remember you. I was also curious to speak to... Yes, we got Mistress Valerine, Professor Tyriniana, did she say? Dean Perris and Acolyte Olvus, she mentioned. Excuse me.
Yes?
I don't remember you.
Ah, a fresh acolyte. Greetings
Well,
to you.
not...
I am Paras, a humble virtuoso of motion and mockery. Some at the college refer to me as the Dean of Dance, and there is truth to this. But in my classroom, we pirouette with a sword in hand. I, of course, speak of the art of fencing, a dance of blades, if you will. However, few students partake in such lessons. Most would rather be schooled in wordplay. Lucky for them, that too is a dance I'm well versed in.
Wordplay? I'd like training with one-handed weapons. No, I'm actually reasonably adept at that. Can you tell me a little about yourself? You mentioned wordplay. What are you talking about?
Ah, the intrigue of wordplay entices yet another soul. Picture this. Two bards face one another, sparring. Not with blades, but syllables, trading barbs and banter, each striving to outshine the other. We call this a duel of wit. It is a test not only of one's verbal prowess, but of the keenness of your mind and your grace under pressure. Recently, amongst certain groups of bard, such duels have become quite the popular pastime. And I hear tell, it can be a rather profitable diversion.
Okay. Well, I have wit and grace. Could you explain this to me in a little more detail?
I thought you'd never ask. It has been some time since I personally partook in a duel, but I believe I still remember all the moves. I would be delighted to tutor you. Listen closely, and I shall explain the nature of this verbal spar. To begin, a challenge must be made to a rival bard, one who practices the duel of wit.
Okay.
Once accepted, a wager is agreed upon, and thus the dance commences. First, you lead with an insult. Then, in return, your opponent must offer a suitable retort. Retorts must always be witty, clever, and rhyme. If your opponent's riposte succeeds, the round is theirs. They fail, and the triumph goes to you. Then, your opponent takes their turn to offend. Let me offer you an example of an exchange. If I were to start a duel, I might begin by stating to my opponent, "Your breath could fell a dragon at 50 paces." Now, you take on the role of the opponent, who in response might say...
Oh yeah, well, you're a milk drinker. Yeah, not good. Then maybe you should stop sticking your noses in other people's faces. I don't know, this is too... No. And then maybe you should stop sticking your nose in other people's faces.
Ha! That's actually not bad. I've not heard that one before. Witty, clever, rhymes? Yes! That retort would work nicely. Although usually the accepted retort would be... With your odor, I don't think you qualify to judge others' social graces. You see? A deft parry that turns the initial insult back on the one who hurled it, as all good retorts should. Now that you've seen how it's done, it is your turn to lampoon me.
Ooh.
Here, I've noted down some insults for you.
Okay.
Pick one that takes your fancy. Don't be shy, I won't take your words too personally.
Are there agreed upon insults? Is there a rule book? Your breath could fell a dragon at 50 paces. We've already covered that one. Your appearance is so dull it would ruin even the liveliest gatherings. My quips are as finely crafted as an elven blade. Your attempts at wit are as feeble as a farmhand's first love letter. No, my quips are as finely crafted as an elven blade.
What you call quips, everyone else calls a spluttering tirade.
Okay.
Very good. Naturally, I already knew the correct comeback, but now, so do you. And that is how one builds their repertoire of insults and retorts. The more you duel, the more you'll learn.
Right.
I've taught you what you need. The stage is now set. The audience awaits. Venture forth, young novice. Seek out fellow bards in the taverns and inns of Skyrim, and perhaps beyond. Challenge them, and climb the ranks of the utterly offensive. As your prowess grows, so will your reputation. So, don't be startled if soon enough rival bards start to seek you out. May your wit be your guide.
Okay. Any insight or advice on this duel of wit?
Respect your opponents, no matter the outcome. Today's rival could be tomorrow's muse.
Yeah. That sounds like the sort of thing you'd write on a small piece of paper and shove into a somewhat tasteless baked product. It might impress the peasants because it sounds wise and pithy, although I suppose maybe that's the point. Could you tell me a little about yourself just before we wrap this up?
To weave the tale of Paras. I was birthed in Valenwood, but found my true calling here in Skyrim, where on the streets, I learned to dance with both wit and blade. Of course, I am now Dean of Dance at this hallowed college, where I guide eager minds through the intricacies of both fencing and banter. It is my profound pleasure to be able to guide those who show promise. And that, dear friend, is who I am.
Okay, well, fine. No, I think I've,
Fare thee well.
Thank you. Okay, so it's an insult game. Sounds a little silly, to be honest, but I guess if people respect that sort of thing and reputation gets around that you're quick-witted and have a barbed tongue, people will start to respect you a little more. Could be helpful. Okay, who else? So, we have 3 more masters to speak to. One of whom, I believe, is supposed to be a master of knowledge. And I can't help but wonder if this person might well be useful vis-a-vis our museum activities. We are having some difficulties regarding certain artifacts. Okay. Ballerine Henoir.
Oh, another student. Yes, well, hello. I am Mistress Valerine, Dean of Storytelling here at the college.
Storytelling?
It is my responsibility to ensure all of our students have a firm grasp on the importance of words and their uses.
I have the
I
firmest
also arrange and manage
grasp.
any performances or services that the Bards College may provide. Tell me, do you have any interest in the application of the spoken word? And how it may sway and influence those around us? If so, we should speak.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I've a massive interest in the spoken word.
Could it be? Has
Yes.
the college finally received a student who's interested in more than just plucking strings or singing some dour dirge?
I leave the singing to
Assuming that
Inigo
be the
here.
case, allow me to be blunt. I could use one such as you. However, only if you're willing to learn via practical application. I have had my
Absolutely.
fill of students who merely study theory, only taking my lessons to improve their lyrical prowess. But
Disgusting.
if you're serious in learning the power of the spoken word, I will teach you. I shall pass to you the skills of an emissary.
Emissary. I like the title. An emissary, you say. Tell me more.
Emissaries are the architects of persuasion, weavers of influence. We sculpt perceptions with every word. Our clients rely on us to be their voice, to advocate on their behalf.
Client.
For a skilled emissary can turn the tide of fate with but a single sentence. We are the conduits of diplomacy, the harbingers of negotiation. Our words are our weapons, and silence our shield. Learn to wield them wisely, and you will go far.
I may need you to come and work for me. And trust me, I will put you to much better use than the college will. Out of curiosity, Just tell me a little about yourself.
Very well, I shall indulge you. Briefly. First, you will address me as Mistress Valorine. I oversee the education of aspiring bards who wish to master articulation. My expertise lies in the art of persuasion and diplomacy, via the careful manipulation of the spoken word. My methods can sometimes seem unorthodox to others, but they yield results. No one can deny that.
Okay, I'm sold. I am absolutely sold. I am willing to learn. Teach me to be an emissary.
Enthusiasm. I like that. Very well. Let's see if you have what it takes. We shall begin your lesson. You have been contracted to act on behalf of a client. You stand waiting in a tavern. There, you spot the merchant you are hired to speak with. The client has requested you put the merchant in a receptive mood in order to facilitate a future business transaction. This is where your skills as an emissary come into play, as there are many methods in which to coax a desired reaction from someone.
Okay, and those methods would be?
When speaking to your mark, you could employ a heartening tone, assuming that they are receptive to valor and daring egotism. Or perhaps you can foster a whimsical mood for those who seek indulgence or are of a capricious nature.
Okay.
A dramatic flair may captivate others, grand exaggerations, theatrics, and the like. While
Liking it?
some may favor an enigmatic strategy, with little of true substance said, but leaving them with a deep sense of intrigue. It will be up to you to discern the correct approach and to craft your words accordingly.
Knowledge. Understand the mark before you engage. Love your thinking. I think I understand, but how do I discern which method to use?
I shall teach you that. Now, for this exercise, I shall play the role of the merchant you were sent to meet. First, observe. Read my demeanor. I am a large, portly man, sitting at a table surrounded by many empty flagons. I am high-spirited and quite jocular. I cheer and applaud the antics of a nearby jester, and when I greet you, it is with a smile and an elaborate doff of my large feathered cap. Now it is
Heard the disdain.
Tell me, if you wish to build a positive rapport, how would you address such a person? What would be your choice of words?
Okay. I'd toast the benefits of a hearty drink and buy another round. Heartening. I'd compliment his choice of headwear and speak of recent fashions. I don't think so. This person does not seem whimsical. They seem hearty.
Well, that wouldn't be the worst thing you could do, but perhaps not the best way to create a personal connection.
Okay, you think whimsical.
Sometimes a balanced and measured response is called for, but this is not one of those times. Remember, this merchant is jovial, foppish, flamboyant. Keep this in mind and try again.
Well, okay, so you're suggesting I compliment his headwear and speak of recent fashions. Oh, right. It was the hat. That was supposed to be the giveaway here. Right, okay, so I'd compliment his headwear and speak of recent fashions, which, to be honest, I think would be more me.
Yes, not bad. You recognize this particular merchant may be receptive to such talk, and you would be correct. But sometimes there is more than one correct path forward. Do not assume just because you gained a positive response that you picked the best choice of words. You may be able to do better. Well, I think you've picked up on the basics well enough. Let's try one more, shall we?
Yeah, no, I'm ready. Please go ahead.
You are now meeting with a local cutpurse with delusions of grandeur who fancies herself a hero of the downtrodden.
I know the
She's
sort.
shown great concern at being apprehended by the town guard and has arranged your rendezvous via increasingly elaborate and cautious means. Your client wishes this petty thief to be at ease and feel comfortable. So tell me, when meeting with her, what would be your choice of words?
Offer admiration for her efforts to relieve the wealthy of coin. Well, this would appeal to her motives. Greet her casually with a wink, a bow, and an outstretched hand. I doubt whimsical would work. She's going to want to be careful. I arrived late, saying I barely escaped arrest by the local authorities. This is not going to put her at ease. I'm going to once again just offer calm admiration for her efforts.
A decent choice. The thief has an ego. By praising her questionable morals, you reassure her. Not the best approach, but it doesn't always have to be.
Not the best approach, really?
And perhaps you are ready for something more practical. Yes, I think you might be.
Okay.
So, do let me know when you're ready for your first assignment. As an official
assignment?
emissary of the Bards College.
You're going to send me on a job? Well, out of curiosity, could you offer some advice before I do that?
Information is power.
Right.
At times, you may be able to gather extra knowledge in order to gain leverage.
Right, knowledge. This is something I'm reasonably good at. I can normally, shall we say, acquire clues. Do you have any work for me then?
Yes, I do have something that may serve for you to cut your teeth on. You see, I have a network of canaries that help keep me apprised of local goings-on. However, my network has not weathered recent events as well as it could have. This includes the loss of my source within the Solitude City Guard. I have, however, identified a suitable replacement. One easy enough to recruit, with even elementary knowledge of my emissary techniques. So, I want you to convince him to trade his knowledge for my gold.
Oh, okay, I may be in love. What happened to your old source?
He lost his head, quite literally.
Oh,
If he had only taken the time to pass information on to me rather than committing treason, things would be so much more agreeable right now.
oh, was it the Rogvir character? Why do you require information from a guard? I think I can probably guess, but I would love to hear your take on it.
The city guards can be an invaluable source of information, especially during these violent times. In a single day, they may go from interrogating the basest of criminals to standing unnoticed behind nobles planning their matters of state.
Okay. And what more can you tell me about the guard in question?
Recently, he witnessed what happens to traitors.
Ah.
And seeing your colleague beheaded can make a man careful about his actions. But this man has a young family whose needs outstretch his pay, so he is conflicted between loyalty and feeding those he loves.
Right. Okay. Desperate, but also nervous. I shall convince him to sing.
Excellent. The guard's name is Norland, and you will likely find him at his regular posting inside the city gates. Return to me once you've discussed the matter with him, preferably with good news.
Absolutely. With good news. Okay, before we continue, I'm peckish. Let's go and have a bit of a snack, shall we? Pettis? I hope you don't mind,
Salutations!
but
Do
we
you seek a duel of minds? Or blades?
actually, it's the sweet roll. I was saving that for my friend here. Sorry about that. His needs outweigh yours. I will admit, Inigo, I find myself somewhat taken with Mistress Valerine. A very impressive lady, if you ask me. Okay. Lunch
On my way.
is over.
I have pins and needles.
Now, I did overhear the Argonian lady discussing the pursuit of knowledge. Excuse me, I apologize for interrupting your lunch. However, I did overhear a conversation you were having.
Ah, a newcomer. A student, perhaps? Yes, I think
perhaps.
that you are. Hello
Okay.
to you. I'm Professor Tiriana, head scholar and record keeper here at the college. It is
Record
my
keeper.
job to unravel tales of old, finding the truth within. If you ever seek knowledge of ancient places or hidden relics, you should
I
speak
do.
to me.
I do. I seek.
Regardless, I hope you enjoy your time here at the college.
I apparently I'm going to enjoy it a lot more than I initially thought. Tell me more about yourself.
Me? Well, I hail from Black Marsh, I suppose. Don't really remember. Was an orphan, you see. Thankfully adopted. Nord mother, imperial father. Good people. Gave me a good education. Lots of books. Yes.
Okay.
Took a great interest in the histories of Skyrim and Tamriel. So much to learn, but so much lost to the ages. Deeply enthralling, yes. Why,
Right.
did you know that by some accounts, Ysgramor, the first true ruler of Skyrim, is thought to have... wait. What were we discussing again?
Ysgramor! You were discussing Ysgramor! I would love to know more about Ysgramor. Everything you know about Ysgramor. I will listen. Please. Okay, you mentioned ancient places?
Ah, yes. Ancient places. Ruins, lost landmarks, forgotten tombs. The echoes of history. I can consult my extensive records and guide you to these locales. Yes. What's
Okay.
more, the places you seek need not be lost to time. I can help fill in the gaps on your map with contemporary locations as well. A flick of my quill is all that's needed. And of course, a generous donation to the college.
Oh. So you're going to let me pay for the location of new places that might contain useful things? Okay, let's say I wanted to discover a new location.
Yes, I can help with that. Any particular area?
I hadn't really thought about it, but let's go with Haffingar.
And what is it you seek?
A little civilization, somewhere of historical importance, ruins, points of interest, or old landmarks. I think I've discovered most of them. Places few dare tread, let's go with points of interest and old landmarks, shall we?
What exactly do you hope to find?
Okay. Standing stones. Haven't I found all the standing stones? Some landmark or point of interest, perhaps.
There must be something in my stacks of records.
Okay.
Regrettably, I found no suggestions for this area.
Oh.
Will that be all?
It probably means I've discovered everything. Okay, well, never mind. We can talk about that more later on. But you also discussed relics?
Don't listen to the other teachers. I'm not as absent-minded as they like to think.
Well, I hope not, because I really want to discuss Ysgramor. You said something about hidden relics?
Relics? Oh, yes. I've been known to track down relics from time to time. Now that you mention it, I recall that recently. I've been aiding Master Sledrig with his hunt for such things.
He's been
What was it
hunting
he was looking for?
things. Okay.
Scrolls? No. Wait, tablets. Yes, that was it. Ancient tablets bearing the language of dragons. Quite fascinating. If you ever seek such curiosities, I may be able to guide you to where these things can be found. For a price, of course.
So he is talking about the dragon voice.